Hello, you're welcome to my channel. My name is Cynthia. Thank you so much for clicking. In this video, I want to talk about 7 types of men you must avoid and not get married to. Believe me, I'm not trying to bash men in any way, no. I'm rather trying to help women make better choices. There are so many men out there and there are so many women out there. So there's definitely one man for you. One man who is supposed to suit you. So I'll be discussing some of the type of men you must avoid in order to have a better marriage experience, rather a beautiful marriage experience. So if you are a young girl or a lady who is planning to get married anytime soon, you are looking forward to finding a good man, please watch this video and please do not forget to like, share, subscribe and leave your thoughts in the comments. So without wasting your time, let's go. Type of man number 1. A man who is not God-fearing. Why must you avoid a man who is not God-fearing? A man who is not God-fearing lives life by his own principles. What is right or wrong is what he or she thinks or do or how he feels. But a man who is God-fearing lives life by God's principle. For example, a Christian, he has the Bible, he has the Word of God, as standard for his life. And if he is truly God-fearing, he is going to make a much better husband than a man who is not God-fearing. You get the point? Good. Point number 2. A man who is an abuser. A man who abuses you emotionally, verbally, and worst of all, physically. You must avoid this man because, like it is said, marriage is such a long journey. You do not want to partner with someone who is going to treat you like that, a man who disrespects you. Okay? If a man dares to hit you in a relationship, even once, it means he has that tendency of hitting you. And most times, he will hit you more when you guys get married. Even if he threatens to beat you, believe him, that is something he can do. So it's better to avoid such a man in order to avoid stories in future. Save yourself from stress. Find a better person when you still have the time. There is no need to rush because most times ladies rush into marriage because they feel like time is passing. They are getting old. They are turning 30, they are turning 40, and they want to get married at all costs. You don't have to get married at every man who offers to marry you. No, not every man who proposes to marry you is supposed to be your husband. Sometimes you have to turn them down if they don't meet certain criteria. That's why it's important as a lady to also have certain criteria in place. I want this, I want this, I want this in a man. Check your list and see if that man meets your standards before you proceed. Now, let's go. Point number 3, or man number 3. A man who is not accountable to anyone. The kind of man who says, no one can talk to me. Whatever I say stands. No one can challenge me. I don't care what my mother says. I don't care what my brother says. I don't care what anybody says. Whatever I say is the law, or whatever I say stands. You're already seeing a problem with that, aren't you? That's a man that cannot be corrected. So, in the event that you get married to such a man, there are bound to be problems in marriage. There are bound to be conflicts. Imagine a man who doesn't have anyone who can talk to him, who is going to mediate in your problems in future. When he cannot listen to anyone, he doesn't take advice. He wants to do his will. Whatever he says stands. That's the kind of man that is likely to be controlling, and you do not want that for yourself. You get it? Number 4 type of man is the man that wants to reduce you. A man who wants to take from you. For instance, a man who wants you to quit your job once you get married. It is normal that once you get married, your life should improve. Okay, because 2 people are normally better than 1. 2 heads are better than 1. So a man should come to your life to add some value and not take away from you. If you're a lady who is already working, for instance, and a man says, stop your job and stay at home, I will be the one to provide for you. It depends on you if that's what you want. It's all good. But if he's imposing that on you and say, okay, that's the only condition I can get married to you, say goodbye to such a man. You don't need such a man. Because it is likely that once you get married, that's how your life is going to end. Because he's someone who doesn't think far. Imagine that something happens to him. Let's say he's also going to be a good provider, like he promises, okay, you're going to stay at home and I'm going to provide this, provide everything for you. Okay, you accept and you're staying at home. Should something happen to him, what will become of you? Mm-hmm. You know, it's very difficult. We always have to think of the worst case, okay? Not only the good side, because something can actually happen. And let's assume he loses his job, or maybe if he's a businessman, something happens to his business, or the worst case, he passes on. What will happen? You're going to struggle. So it is not a good idea, except it is your choice. But if he's imposing it on you and saying, if you want to get married to me or you want me to get married to you, then you have to leave your job. Think twice. You get the point? Yeah. The fifth type of man you must avoid is a lazy man. Yes, a man who is just static, not flexible. A man who doesn't want to grow. A man who is comfortable where he is. A man without ambition. A man who has lost his job, for example, and is feeling lazy to go look for another job. You don't want such a man. A man is meant to take care of a woman, to provide for a woman, and the woman in turn supports the man. So you don't want to switch roles with anyone. You want it the way it's supposed to be. You get it? Now, number 6, a man who cannot commit. It is easy to find a man who cannot commit, especially when you are in a relationship. A man who cannot commit to little things is likely not to commit to big things. That's how you know. So if you're in a relationship and a man is, making promises and failing repeatedly without any, good justification, that's a man that is likely, not to meet up with a lot of things in future. For instance, he may not be able to commit to you. He may not be able to be faithful to you. He may not be able to commit to other things that he has made, even all the promises he has made to you. So you want to avoid such a man. A man who has no honor, whose word has no honor. Such a man is likely to be a liar as well. So you don't want to deal with such a person. So I hope you get it. Number 7, a man who wants to sleep with you or get you pregnant before marriage. My dears, there is a catch. There is something in that kind of arrangement that favors the man. Now, I actually brought up this point because I watched a video online of a 23-year-old girl who was soliciting for advice online because she met this man who wants to marry her, but the man is requesting that the girl sleeps with him before marriage. And this girl is a girl that is doing well financially and she's still a virgin. So I think a man with such conditions should be dismissed immediately. You should run away from such a man. If a man wants to marry you, he should marry you for who you are at that point in time. He should not try to change you. He should not try to remold you or give you conditions as such just so he can marry you. It doesn't make sense. If a man, normally in that case, a man should be happy that he has found someone who is still a virgin. It's a thing of pride. I don't know if he's trying to find out if she's actually a virgin, or I don't know why he requested to actually sleep with her first. So, but to me, if a man, had it been I was the girl in that case, I would just send you away. I'll say, okay, goodbye. Go find the woman you are going to sleep with somewhere else, because it doesn't make sense. If a girl is able to keep her virginity up to 23 years old, it means she can keep her virginity even longer. She should wait. She will find the appropriate man for herself. Okay? She'll find a better man for herself. Because there's definitely someone who will value that kind of person that she is, a virgin. Okay? The person in question requesting to sleep with her doesn't know her value. So in such a case rather, you should let that kind of man go. Say goodbye to him. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Now, I'll add a little to this very case. A man who wants to get you pregnant. I've heard such stories too of men wanting to get women pregnant first. Maybe a girl who has been to school, well educated girl. They feel like if they get married to this girl is not going to conceive and things like that. Or maybe a girl who is advanced in age or whatever the reason is. It doesn't make sense. A man should love you and want you the way you are at that point in time. No conditions attached. Any man coming to marry you with a condition, let the man go. Thank you so much for watching. I hope with these few points of mine, you've understood and you've learned something. If you did, please like the video, share it, and follow and subscribe if you've not yet done so. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.